My apologies, had to kill the stream really quick. Jumped it right back up. Now heat race number 1. These drivers are starting to roll out for the Northwest Racing Association, the Pro Dirt late model action. 10 drivers will be making the start. Out there on the raceway. And here's going to be the starting grid for heat race number 1. Driver from Carolina, the number 79 machine, Mr. Blake Murray, there to the top of the charts with Josh Tama there to the outside. A Pennsylvania driver, the number 27. Tyler J. Worley, the 66. He'll be starting in the inside of the third row. You have Cameron, Michael, Todd, Brandon, Kyle, Cole, and Nick rounding out the race field as we do one pace lap. Green flag is going to drop. And we're racing here for the heat race number 1. Top 4 drivers will advance. Blake Murray leads the field down at turn number 4, comes across the line. He's going to lead lap number 1, but Josh Tama looking down to the bottom side there in turns 1 and 2 here at Williams Grove Speedway underneath the famous Blue Bridge. Inside the show right now is all Michael Blessing, but outside looking in is a number 55 machine, all on the back bumper of that all yellow car. Inside the cockpit mode now. Top 3 drivers are nose to tail all the way around this joint. As everyone slips and slides, the best lap time, give that to Blake Murray, our race leader, a 19.895. A long straightaways. Got a lot of time to think here. What are you going to do? And right now, Michael Blessing just barely holding on. I think Cameron Case a little bit quicker than you have Todd Hook back there in the 6th spot trying to get around the 55. Brandon Gibbs, he's back there to P7. You have Nick Baum, Kyle Weisenberger, and Cole Shoemaker rounding out the rest of the field here in heat race number 1. 8 laps is a scheduled distance. We're racing on lap number 6 of 8 now. Blessing trying to get the giddy up and go gear down this long back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4. They go nose to tail, just freight training. We're going to keep it right here for right now as a top 3 kind of gets, actually we're going to change it. Tyler Worley down to the bottom side, slide job for P2. We've seen it in and week out. Tempers flare here in these heat races. Tyler's in the show, Josh is in the show. All they got to do is make a couple of more circles, and their night is going to start off quite good. One more time around Williams Grove Speedway. If Cameron Case is going to do something, he better do it now. Out at turn 2, he's going to get a good run down the back straightaway for the final time. Cameron Case looks down into turns 3 and 4. Is not going to do much with the number 1 machine. As everyone comes across, single file for the checker flag. Blake Murray, Tyler, Josh, and Michael Blessing send those guys to the Mac Daddy Show. And Cameron, Todd, Brandon, Nick, Kyle, and Cole Shoemaker will have to go from the bottom A main, or from the bottom mains, to try to work their way into the Mac Daddy. Not much action there in heat race number 1. It's okay though. This track is tacky. They don't get a full practice session. They will carry over the racetrack though from their 10-minute practice, or actually more like a 5-minute practice session. They carry that over from all the heat races to the lower mains all the way to the A main show. Stacked heat race. Heat race number 2, and this is going to be the starting grid for these drivers. It's going to be Zach McSwain, the number 18 machine driver out of Carolina. He'll be there in the top spot with Colin to the outside. And Trevor will be 3rd. Aaron will be 4th. Bobby Matling, he'll be starting there in that 5th spot with Jared Murphy there in P6. Joshua, driver out of Indiana, he'll be 7th spot. Del Farnes and Austin Coates rounding out the race field. There'll be 9 drivers here in heat race number 2. An 8-lap shootout just like heat race number 1. The top 4 drivers will advance. Bottom side looked quite good. But man, you can already tell into the entry of turns 3, that thing is pretty slicked up. Into the nose cam from the car to the outside. Look at that. Get you some of that action. So we are stacked up. We are packed up. Zach McSwain, the number 25 machine. He'll be hitting the loud pedal. He'll be the race starter. He hits the loud pedal. And green flag racing here for heat race number 2 as everybody shimmies and chimes down into turn number 1. Tiptoeing around turn 2. Now down the back chute. Side by side for the 5th spot. Jared Murphy, Aaron Watson, they're going to... Sorry, that was Jared Murphy. That get pushed out of the way. Joshua and Dale Farnes, they're going to battle it out. Dale kind of skipped away for a slight bit, but the 118 machine of Joshua Henson trying to hold on to the 6th spot, almost made it 3 wide for a slight bit. Jared Murphy had not had a quiet lap yet. He has been all over the racetrack, beating and banging. Bobby Manley to the inside. Austin Coates running out the 9th spot, but back up front we go. It's all Zach McSwain coming out of turn 4. Colin is P2. Trevor Manley's third, then Aaron Watson trying to hold on to that last and final transfer spot there in the number 76 machine. Outside shot of the raceway as they work down the backstretch into turns 3. Ron Watson trying to work the inside of Trevor Manley, trying to get the giddy up and go. Coming out of turn 4, nothing there for him. Dale Farnes has to start reeling these guys in. Only 3 laps to go. And he has a pretty good gap, though. Pretty good gap to make up. Interval, 0.6 seconds to that 4th place runner. I don't know if he can close that time in or not, but a good battle back here for the 5th, 6th, and 7th spot. As one driver hits the outside wall, that's going to be the 118 car. With 2 laps to go now. Single file, all for the top 4. White flag in the flagman's hands. One more time around Williams Grove Speedway. Zach McSwain led lap number 1, and he's going to lead lap number 8 as of right now. He started there on the pole. Colin started on the outside. Trevor Manley and then Aaron Watson, all those guys are running exactly where they have started. Qualifying coming in quite big. The only pass that was made was Del Farnes, the number 20 machine. He moved up 3 spots here, and he raced number 2. But that was about it. As Jared Murphy finished the race out of it, they're in the 9th spot. So once again, qualifying coming in massively here at Williams Grove Speedway for these heat races, as this track is extremely tacky. I would assume that heat race 3 and heat race 4, this stuff will pick up quite heavily, though. Over 30 drivers have entered in tonight's race. These drivers get stacked up and packed up. Another 9-car heat race for heat race number 3. We'll see how this stuff unfolds, as we have yet to see a pretty cool wreck. We have yet to see Tempers Flare. We'll see if that changes. Here's the grid. Robert Tucker, the number 17 machine. He'll be starting on pole with Huey to the outside. Brent C. Evans, he'll be starting on the inside of the 2nd row with Mark to the outside. Eddie, 5th place. James will be starting there in P6. Austin Good, 7th. Ron Kirby back there in the 8th spot. Then Austin String, the 013 machine, driver out of the crazy state of California. He'll be starting that last and a final spot there in that 9th. Pace truck is in. We're ready to go. Green flag racing here for heat race number 3. Track is starting to get slicked up. Everyone moving in up next to the outside wall. We'll see how high these guys get as they thunder down the front stretch. inside the cockpit mode. And James Miller, he taps the outside, the back bumper, Mark. And Mark goes flying, the number 28 machine. Remember, the top 4 drivers, that's what I was talking about, Phil. We have yet to see in a good crash. We have yet to see tippers flare. Don't know if that was much tippers flare or just a mistake. But James Miller, he's up to the 5th spot, just 1 spot shy now. Needs to pass 1 more driver. And the top 4 guys are absolutely freight training around Williams Grove Speedway. Moving on board with Eddie Farnes now. He's in the hot seat. They've already made the halfway mark now. Top 4, all single filed out. The best lap time out there on the raceway. Give that to the number 4 machine of Huey, the 20.144 for that number 4 machine as he tries a diamond cut off at turn 4 and gets a good run. Peeks down to the inside of Robert Tucker. Nothing there for him, though, as he follows him in hot pursuit around turns 1 and 2 once again. That number 4 car looking very, very quick, getting a very good run down the back, or down these straightaways. But James Miller, he's definitely going to need a little bit of racing luck as Huey looks down to the bottom side, down the front stretch, but once again, just has not committed. Is he just waiting and buying his time now? Diamond cut once again. He's there to the quarter panel. Will he do the slide job? And the slide job for the race lead almost clears him. Makes a little bit of contact with Robert Tucker. Everybody's going to get around him, so Robert goes from the lead all the way back to the 4th spot. White flag in the flagsman hand. If Robert Tucker can catch up to the number 4 machine, I don't know if he'll be very happy or not, but one good thing, Robert Tucker is still inside the race show right now. James Miller needs racing luck. Will he get it here in the final turn? Into turns 3 and 4, Robert Tucker goes to the middle side. The 21 machine, a massive slide job, just absolutely demolishes Brent C. Evans, takes him out of the race. The checkered flag waves, and that was not very good. Before the caution, before this thing goes away, watch the number 21 machine. Sails it in deep, and I don't know if he had a little bit of grudge from a last race or not, but that was the last corner of the white flag. Those drivers were into the Mac Daddy show, and now Brent C. Evans here in the very last spot here of the C main. Oh, boy. Oh boy. Don't know if that driver had grudge from last week or a couple weeks ago or not, but man, that was tough. That was tough. The 101 car inside the show running 2nd place. Now he finds, and then in the last corner, now he finds himself here in the very last spot of the C main. The good thing for him, though, the top 6 drivers will advance to the C main, or sorry, to the B main. So all you got to do is beat 2 cars. Here's going to be the starting grid here in the B main. Cameron Case and Aaron Kirby, Bobby Malling, Brandon Gibbs, Austin Strang, Austin Coates, Kyle Weisenberger, and the Brent C. Evans running out that 8th spot. So that's how the field's going to stack up. Truck's going to pull off here in turns 3 and 4. We'll be back on our Green Flag Racing Editions. 12 laps is a scheduled distance here in the C main. We went from 8 laps there in the heat races. We're going to crank that sucker up all the way to lap 12 here at Williams Grove Speedway. Green flag. Being and banging and swapping painter early now. As Brent C. Evans tries to work the outside, Austin Coates gets spun around. And Evans is absolutely on a mission right now and does not care who is in the way. He wants to get around him. He wants to get around him quick. Right now, he has a 0-1-3 of Austin Strang right there in front of him. Evans down to the bomb side. Will he clear Austin? No, he won't. They're going to rub some tire. Into turns 1 and 2 now. Everyone slips and slides. Our race leader, it's all Cameron Kaysen right now with a 20.321. That is the quickest lap time out there on the raceway. Side by side back here now. Bobby Mattingly to the bottom side. Brandon Gibbs there to the outside as they come across the finish line. Brandon Gibbs is going to take that third spot as Bobby Mattingly throws a massive slide job in turns 1 and 2. And Brent C. Evans, he is up there. Diamond cutting off at turn 4, trying to get that 4th spot away from Brandon Gibbs as they're going to go side by side here in turns 1 and 2. And Brandon Gibbs falls another spot. So Brent C. Evans has moved up 4 spots. Cameron Case, Aaron Kirby, and Bobby Mattingly, all those drivers are running exactly where they have started, but Bobby Mattingly looking a little bit quicker than that number 91 car. Bobby looking down to the bottom side, but Aaron Kirby should get another good run down the back chute. Slide job up for the 2nd spot. Is he going to take it? Yes, he will. So Kirby's going to fall back 1 spot. He's going to run back in there in the 3rd spot now as we race lap 7 of 12. Brent C. Evan, though, still making a hard charge to the front. One thing I'm noticing, though, from that 0-1-0 car, he can diamond cut off of these race corners, cut that corner a little bit, and he's getting some extremely good runs out of this thing. Guys in the B-man, I wonder if they're watching that. Side by side for the 3rd spots. Evans down to the bottom side. Aaron Kirby there to the outside. They make a little bit of contact. Kirby holds it straight, though. He falls back to P4. He did start up in the 2nd spot. Right now, P4, Bobby Mattingly, he started there in P3. He moved up 1 spot. Last lap time up there on your race screen now. Our race leader at 20.5. Bobby Mattingly at 20.4. A little bit quicker there for that 2nd place. As everything updates, and once again, they tie each other. 3 laps to go. Check out this racing line, though, of these Pro Dirt late models. Couple of guys are running 2 different lines. No one running next to the inside wall, though. Everyone entering in high. They either stay high or they try to diamond cut off. So running through the grid now. 5th place is going to be Brandon Gibbs. 6th place, give that to Kyle Weisenberger. Austin Coates is going to be back in P7. Then Austin Strang rounding out the race field back there in the 8th spot. The top 6 drivers will advance, and Kyle Weisenberger, he has it there in the 7.62. His night still has a little bit of hope left. But Austin Coates and Austin Strang, their nights look like they're going to be done as they enter in turns 3 and 4 for the final time, and it is. Their nights coming to a race end here in the Sea of Maine. So we get ready to rock and roll here for the B main. Same thing, though. The top 6 drivers will advance. My apologies. I did say that they would advance to the B main. Those guys go straight to the A main show. As the B main gets started up, those drivers get fired up. And here we go. Top 6. The exact same format. Del Farnes, the number 20 machine. He'll be there on the top spot with Todd Hook there to the outside. Austin Good in 3rd. Listen, it wasn't good to be your name to be Austin there in the C main. Both Austins got kicked out. Now we got an Austin Good here in the 3rd spot. Will this Austin advance? Joshua P4, Nick Baum 5th, Nick, Jared, and Cole Shoemaker rounding out the rest of the race field. One more time before we go A main racing. Stacked up, packed up, green flags waving. Dell's gonna lead it, Todd to the outside, and here we go. Shimmy and Scheinman down into turn number 1 and 2. Everybody tiptoeing around. Remember, the top 6 drivers will advance as a top 4. They get single filed out down the back chute. 6th place, the guy that's in the hot seat right now is Slam Sim Sports with an 0-2 machine of Nick Baum. Cole Shoemaker outside looking in. Jared Murphy, his night comes to an end. So only 7 cars left out there on the raceway. Only 1 car is not going to make it in. Man, don't know what happened to that 118 car. He completely ripped off that front bumper now. I think he got a little bit too close. Got a little bit too close to the inside tires, ripped off that front bumper down in turns 3 and 4. So Austin Good now reeling this driver in. We have a good battle for the race lead as well. Slide job by the 23 machine. He almost hits the outside wall. That was Todd Hook trying to take the race lead. Got a little bit too hot down into the race corner. Now we're on board with Austin Good. Coming out of turn 4. Austin's still riding there in 4th spot. Joshua, even with the completely tore up front end, he is holding up that 3rd spot. Marcus P5. Nick Baum is back there in the 6th spot, and then Cole Shoemaker. The only way this driver, I believe, is going to make it in is either 1, he needs to find all sorts of race speed, or 2, one guy is going to have to crash. He's going to have some really good luck on his side for Cole Shoemaker to make it into the A-main show. Halfway home the mama this time by. And the only way I really see it is right here, this battle. Austin Good and Joshua has been battling out for about 3 laps now. And Austin Good has finally gone around the 118 car. Now Nick's going to look down to the bottom side. He clears him. So Joshua slowly starting to fall back now. Side by side, coming out of turn 4, all for this 4th spot. They're going to follow each other single file, but back up front we go. Dell trying to hold on to this race lead, but Todd Hook all over the back bumper, trying to put as much pressure as he possibly can to that number 20 machine. And coming out of turn 4, we have a side-by-side battle, but Farnes is going to power himself there to the outside. Into turns 3 and 4 now. Still a 12 lap is the scheduled distance. We race lap 9 of 12 now, just shy of the 3-minute mark here in the B main show. These 2 guys running the exact same lap time, lap after lap, as Tyler Lee has just liked to stream. Much appreciated, Tyler. Battles on for this spot some more. Top 6 making in. All these guys have to do is make a couple more circles and they make it in. We'll see if they play nice. We've seen it there in heat race number 3. Wasn't very nice there in the last corner. 2 laps to go. How aggressive will Todd Hook be to win this B main show? As he goes down to the bottom side, does not slide it up. Going to try to run right through the slick, but the 27 machine once again powers himself there to the outside. White flag is going to wave. One more time. How aggressive will Todd Hook be? Into turns 3 and 4. He clips the outside wall, though. Dale is going to try to slide it up. Todd's going to try to look to the outside. Nothing there for him as those guys come across the start-finish line. Everybody coming across the start-finish line. And Joshua is going to be the last car to make it in as he rips off his front bumper there in like lap number 2. And Cole Shoemaker's nice going to be done with Jared Murphy as well. As warm-up is underway, don't know if these guys will take their warm-up session or not. Looks like they will. So warm-up session here at Williams Grove Speedway. Trophy dash for these top 4 drivers. As they get lined up, they'll do a quick four-lap shootout. Then practice session will go underway for a slight bit, and then we'll go to the A main show and watch these guys battle it out around Williams Grove Speedway. 6 cars out there do a quick trophy dash. Scoring timing will not work for this. His scoring and timing will work off the best lap time, but green flag is out. Robert Tucker, James Miller, Blake Murray, Zach McSwain, Paul Bucas, I believe that's how you say his last name, and Huey out there on the raceway, 3 wide, coming across the race line. Man, I really think this is just going to be a high dominant A-side run for the A main show that is coming up. I don't think very many passes will be made there on the bottom side. There's just no giddy up and go whatsoever coming off these race corners to get down these straightaways. As a 17 machine of Robert Tucker leads this field down the back chute once again. Huey running in P3, Zach McSwain back there in the 4th spot. Zach's trying to work that bottom side, see if he can find any gold down there. Really much wasn't. Kind of lost a little bit of speed there. But man, this cushion line is going to be right next to the outside wall, next to the high and scary side. So if you can make that car work down to the bottom side, find a little bit of grip and find a little bit of speed there, I think that might be your best bet. As Zach McSwain just puts up the quickest lap time here in this trophy dash. Outside shot of the raceway as guys are wrecking now. Practice is going to start. So these guys will dial in their race cars, make sure they get those perfect tweaks and tunes, make sure they have the right fuel level. Their best lap time and then their last lap time will be up there on your race screen. If you guys would like to follow along with your favorite driver.
place in my mind. You'll never be satisfied. Blame the divine. Eventually they'll find the time. And what if I believe you? Or what if I believe you? What if go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. I'm not your savior, so far away. Blinded by anger, you forgot who to blame. I'll never be your lighthouse in the dust. If I had my way, I'd guide you to the rocks. Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. You can say anything you like. Go and give it your all. You can say anything you like. What if I believed you? What if I could? Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. I'm not your savior, so far away. Blinded by anger, you forgot who to blame. I'll never be your lighthouse in the dust. If I had my way, I'd guide you to the rocks. Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. Go on, give it your all tonight. Oh. The fire fades, drawn from the storm's embrace. A curse has been placed on me. Seeking the shore, drifting away from the world as the darkness encircles me. Now I see that you suffocate me. I know you'll never break me. You will never break me.
Mac Daddy Show. Heat race one, or sorry, the practice is over with. Heat race 1 through 3 is over with. Drama built there in heat race 3. The B main, the C main is all over with. No one really cares about that no more. This is all for the marbles. As 24 drivers make the race start around Williams Grove Speedway. This is how the lineup is going to be. The number 79 machine of Blake Murray, driver out of Carolina, will be making the... He'll be there on the top spot. Zach McSwain to the outside. Huey will be starting there in P3 with Tyler, the number 66 machine, there in P4. Colin P5 and Eddie P6. 7th place, give that to Josh, and then Trevor Manley there in the 8th spot. Robert Tucker 9th, and Michael Blessing rounding out the 10th row, or the 10th spot there in the 5th row. 6th row, give that to Aaron Watson, the number 76 machine. James Miller will be starting there in the 12th spot. 13th is going to be Cameron Kaysen. Dale Farnes 14th. Bobby Manley 15th. Todd Hook. You have Brent C. Evans there in the 17th spot. Austin Good 18th. Aaron Kirby, the number 91 machine, will be there on the 19th. Nick Baum 20th. Brandon Gibbs 21st. Mark 22nd. Kyle, then Joshua rounding out the race field there in that 23rd and 24th spot. Stacked up, packed up. The pace truck is in. The lights on the pace truck is off, and we'll be going green flag racing this time by around Williams Grove Speedway. A little bit of race info up there on your race screen. A half-mile racetrack, a 0.52-mile racetrack to be exact. Here in Williams Grove Speedway. 50% humidity, 66 is an outside temperature there. Packed house here in the virtual world. Thank you all for tuning in here to WhiskeyOval_TV, either here on Facebook and or YouTube. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy this action, a 50-lap A main show. It's going to be a long one. Long straightaways to think about your next move down into the next corner. Sometimes that can hurt you, though. Will you overthink it? That's going to be the question. Blake Murray is going to be the race starter with Zach McSwain there to the outside. Huey there in third. And then Tyler there in P4. The green flag is going to wave, and we're racing here for the Mac Daddy Show here at Williams Grove Speedway. So far, so good. Zach McSwain takes the lead down the back straightaway. Blake Murray is going to look down to the bottom side once again here in turns 3 and 4 as they're going to drag race to the finish line. Give that to Zach McSwain as he edges him out right across the line. But Blake Murray being dedicated down to the bottom side as a first caution. The first caution is going to wave here on lap number 3. A swift swap with the race lead. Zach started to the outside of the front row, and he grabbed it quite early down the back chute. Yellow flag waves. Eddie Farnes is being shown red up there on my race screen. So here we go with the race caution. Watch the 21 machine, the all white there to the outside as he slips and slides around turns 3 and 4. And just gets clobbered there at the front straightaway. Up on the race hood, he's going to have to grab a toe, and that's not going to be a very good start to his night of racing. Lights on the pace truck. They are still on. They're going to have to restack them and repack them, and we're going to try it all over again. Reading through some of these comments. Tommy says, Dan Miller. Kimberly says, let's go Zach McSwain. Tyler Lee, I'm going to go with Cameron Kaysen on this one. Kimberly Dawn once again says, let's go ZMR crew. FMS Rapid Graphics up there in the top right-hand corner. Much appreciated those guys for sponsoring this league. FMS Rapid Graphics. Guys, go find them on Facebook for all their latest info. Go check out the Northwest Racing Association as well there on their Facebook page. If you guys would like to join this action, multiple pro drivers in this league. Very good racing as well, very hard racing. Early caution wave for Eddie Farnes. Stuff got checked up, stuff got a little tight, and the number 21 machine back there in the 24th place is still in a pit road. Lights on the pace truck is off, so we'll be going green flag racing this time by. And this is one of the tracks. If I had to update one thing, which dirt racing here on the iRacing platform, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be worked, but I really wish that they would implement tire wear here for the dirt racing scene. I think Williams Grove Speedway would be one awesome race if tire wear was a thing. You run right through the slick and burn that right rear tire off, that ain't gonna be good for your closing laps. There's a green flag back out. Zach McSwain hugs the bottom side, almost clipping those inside tires. Every single inside tire, but man, precision and driving by the number 25 car. Blake Murray, he gets stuck there into the middle part of the racetrack. He loses a little bit of grip, doesn't get a very good run, and here comes Huey down to the bottom side. Huey there in the number 4 car, trying to dig hard, trying to find a little bit of giddy up and go down this back chute now underneath the blue bridge into turns 3 and 4. Can Huey steal that second place away from Blake Murray? Time will only tell, but Murray holding out strong there to the high side. Then you have Trevor Manley falling right into the tire tracks of Blake Murray. Inside the cockpit mode now. As Murray wanted to take that number 4's car's line away, and what do we have back here? Almost a parking lot of cars, and now we have guys almost getting turned 4 wide. This ain't gonna work out, boys. Everybody, some way, somehow, holding it straight right now. Back up front we go. Some way, somehow, there was no caution out of all that chaos. Hard charge as of right now is the number 118 car of Joshua. He's back there in the 12th spot. He has moved up 12 spots here at Williams Grove Speedway. Zach McSwain still leading it. Trevor Manley there in P2. Huey third. Blake Murray still riding out in the 4th spot and rounding out the top 5. Give that to Josh Tama there in the number 27 car. Colin is back there in P6. 7th place, give that to Tyler. Good battle back here for the 8th and 9th spot now. James Miller. Michael Blessing, as Blessing looks down to the bottom side. Does he have anything for the 22? Not this time around. That's going to give Brent C. Evans a little bit of gap to close up now. Evans had to start almost in the back of the pack. Right now, they're stacking up right there in front of him. But Brent C. Evans has made a top 10 run. Only lap 11 of 50. Del Farnes back there in the 11th spot. Todd Hook, 12. Joshua Hisson is back there in P13. Robert Tucker, he's lost 5 spots ever since the initial green flag has waved. They're in that number 17 machine. He has Bobby Manley right there behind him as they come across the race line as we work lap 12 of 50 now. As they come side by side. Bobby Manley there to the inside. Not much there for him. High side dominant racetrack here at Williams Grove Speedway. Not very many people running the bomb side, and once they do, as now Robert Tucker just gets glued there to the outside wall. Chaos is happening coming out of turn 4 as Robert Tucker just comes to a complete stop. Yellow flag waves just for the second time of the race 9 as we work lap 14 of 50. 6 minutes and 59 seconds in the Smack Daddy show. Robert Tucker got glued to the outside wall. I think he was trying to stop to let everybody pass. But here we go with the racing action. Here's a chopper mode. I don't know what that was about. Came to a race stop. Yellow flag came out. And there you go. We have to double file them back up. The 18 machine, or 25 there on his trading pace, looking quite strong of Zach McSwain. Trevor Manley doing a very good job of holding back that number 4 car. Then Blake Murray rounding out the top 4. Then Josh Tama rounding out the top 5 there in the number 27 car. Colin P6, James Miller 7th, Brent C. Evans 8th, Michael Blessing 9th, and Del Farnes rounding out the top 10. There's your top 10 running order. Lights on the pace truck will be off this time. By will be going green flag racing. Not even halfway yet, and a lot of action is already starting to pick up. So what we're going to do, jump right on board with Aaron Kirby. Jump right inside the cockpit mode and see exactly what this driver has to see back here in the 14th spot, stuck right smack down in the hornet's nest. Green flag. I feel like I'm on Jinx's number 91 car of Aaron Kirby. FMS Rapid Graphics. So far, so good. Coming out of turn 4. Door to door. Slicing and dicing. Very, very tight racing here. Then is Bobby Manley there, the number 3 car right there in front of him, as they are 3 wide now. The 76 machine falls back a little bit. That's Aaron Watson. Oh no, big time crash, a parking lot of cars. Yellow flag is out. So now for the 3rd time, the yellow flag is going to wave. And we've seen about 4, 5, maybe even 7 cars in that one. One car was flipped upside down. There actually might have been 2 cars that was flipped upside down. And that whole mess there. So here's all the action that took part. Don't know exactly where it was. Well, there you go. Now you got it. One more time. Here's another view. I think guys just got stacked up way there in front of them, and everyone was trying to slow on up. Yeah, 2 cars flipped upside down, but then they landed right back onto their wheels, so that was very lucky. And here's one more point of view from another driver. Watch the 27 car. That's exactly where it all started there, and then just everybody nowhere to go. $11 minutes and 45 seconds here in this race. Zach McSwain's going to be our race leader. Trevor Manling there in P2. There to the outside. Blake Murray there in the number 79 machine will be inside of the 2nd row. Then Huey there to the outside. Green flag once again is going to wave. My apologies. That was all on my end. So there we go. Everything's settled in. My apologies once again. Zach McSwain leading. Blake Murray there in P2. Trevor Manley in 3rd. Huey P4. And then Josh Tama rounding out the top 5. as everything settles in now. Brent C. Evans, he's moved his way all the way up to 6th spot. He has moved up 11 spots all the way up to P6. Colin P7. Michael Blessing is 8th spot. We were swapping up here a little bit. Gap up there on your race screen is Zach McSwain with a 1.2 second lead over Blake Murray. Huey's still trying to reel in that second place. Huey still has a 1 second gap as well. But everybody all the way back up the 5th spot, kind of running the outside lane. Besides Michael Blessing, he's running the bottom side part of the raceway as the yellow flag is going to come out right exactly at the halfway point. Everybody next to the high and scary side, but Michael Blessing wanted to kind of catfish there on the bottom side. Just kind of curious what his times was, but caution back out once again. Fourth caution of the race 9. There's the gains up there on your race screen. Pick out your favorite driver. You definitely want to see a lot of green arrows as everyone comes across the race line, and the scoring tower will reset itself. McSwain looking extremely dominant though at the halfway point. Bobby Manning's out of this race. Same thing with Brandon Gibbs. But Brent C. Evans, you can see back there in the 7th spot. Once they go green flag racing, he'll move up to P6. So that is 11 spots for that 101 car. Joshua Henson, the 118 car, back there in P16. He's already moved up 8 spots. And Bobby Manning is out of this race. As the lights turn off there in the pace truck, we'll be going green flag racing here soon. An awesome shot of these cars here. There, that number 13 car. Wells and Sons Motorsports. Big Al's Guns. And then that good old FMS Rapid Graphics there on the front fender as well. So stacked up and packed up, Zach McSwain, Blake Murray. Side by side. Huey there to P3 now. Green flag is going to wave. 3 wide back here. Brent C. Evans stuck right smack dab in the middle part. The 27 machine of Josh Thomas there to the outside. The 13 machine of Trevor Manley there to the bottom. And the racing action is really starting to pick up now as we're working lap 27 of 50. Inside the cockpit mode now of the unofficially the hard charger. Swift swapping for that second spot. Huey sends set cell next to the outside wall. Blake Murray down to the bottom side. Those drivers are going to drag race. And then we're on board here, and everybody just nowhere to go. Roadblock right there in front of that 101 car. Last lap time's up there on your race screen now. And man, that bottom side might be coming in now as Murray almost loses it. Into 3 and 4. The 27 and the 29, everybody's getting stacked up. The 27 car wall rides around turns 3 and 4. And a hornet's nest has started all for this third spot. Wheeling, dealing back down in turns 1 and 2, and now down the back chute. You can throw a blanket over about 7 cars right now. This is all for P3. The 79 machine of Blake Murray there to the outside. Trevor Manley working the bottom side. That's going to lead this pack of hounds coming across the race line. Give that to Trevor Manley just by a slight inch. All running up for a podium spot now. Still side by side. Brent C. Evans still has nowhere to run. You have Colin, Josh, Michael Blessing, and Tyler all up into this mix right now. Slips and slides down in turns 1 and 2. Just where do you want to run? That's the question. Do you want the high side or do you want the bottom side? And then how dedicated do you want to be? You want to be swapping lanes every other corner, or you just want to stick to one lane and just hope for the best and hopefully the dominoes fall in your direction? We run on board with Tyler J. Worley, the number 66 car, inside the top 10 right now. He's battling out for the 8th spot, but you can see exactly what these drivers are dealing with. As now Tyler's going to try to check out this bottom side. Last lap time's up there on your race screen as a caution is going away of our race leader, Zach McSwain, running a 21.0. Huey, the guy that's in second place, runs a 21.2. So you can just see how much of a difference the race leader to second place has. Caution out for the fifth time here at Williams Grove Speedway. We work lap 35 of 50. 21 minutes and 29 seconds here in the Mac Daddy Show. We had one lead change. And that was when McSwain picked up the race lead down the back chute there on lap number 2 or lap number 3. Picked it up, got the race lead. Next lap, the caution wave. So that's how that went. It's a long race, though. I've said it multiple times. These long straightaways, you got all the time in the world to think exactly where you want to go. If you want to go the high side, bottom side, and then that question was when we was riding on board with the number 66 machine of Tyler. Just how dedicated do you want to be? You just want to stick to one lane and just hopefully the dominoes fall in your direction. Or you want to try to swap lanes and just hopefully you can pick guys off one by one. As everyone tries to get lined up. Kind of reminds me of Office Space at the beginning of that scene, if you guys ever watched that movie. He gets in one lane and it's not moving, so then he switches lanes, and that lane doesn't move, and then the other lane that he was just in, it starts moving. But a dominating performance by the number 25 machine. Not much dirt there on the front, that front cone, but a good run by the number 4 car though. Started there in P3, he's up to the up there to second place. Then you got this hard charge or this hungry guy of Blake Murray. Ryko Motorsports there on the front hood. Teammates with the number 25. Will Zach McSwain count down for his teammate? We'll have to keep an eye out on that. No teammates there to the outside. I do not believe that. At least they don't have the same paint schemes. Brent C. Evans, he has some revenge. He wants to pay. He's up to the 4th spot. Inside of the 4th spot. Kind of a roller coaster night for that 101. The 27 car. They're to the outside as well on there in the P6. So we try to get the scoring and timing figured out. You've seen a lot of guys get the wave around, then we all had a way on for the pace truck. With the green flag in the flag in the hand, will be green flag racing coming out of turn 4, and there we go. Green flag is out. Don't know if McSwain count down for his teammate Blake Murray. But a pretty good restart by the 79 machine is now Murray. He's going to look down to the bottom side into turns 1 and 2. Down the back chute they go. to the inside of Huey. No, he tucks right back in. And man, Blake Murray really cutting hard down into these race corners. Outside shot. Still a rat's nest, all for fourth place on back. Might as well third place. Blake Murray gets tapped. He was up to the third spot. He does an awesome 360. The green flag is still gone away. What a hard, bad luck for that number 79 machine. Minding his own business there for P3. He gets tapped there in the left rear quarter panel, does a 360, keeps that thing up and running, and the green flag is going to stay out. And now one guy spun out. That was a 118 of Joshua. Green flag is still going to wave, though. So action is definitely picking up. Tempers are flaring out. Patience are running out. Everybody trying to get up as many positions as they possibly can. We'll go back and watch that replay as everybody slowly starts getting single filed out now. Man, I thought that was going to be a caution. I thought that was going to be a lot worse than what it was, but here we go. Check out this racing action. Watch the 79 car. 13 gets in a little hot, does an awesome 360, keeps that thing a-spinning. So back to light mode, back to race mode we go. Check him on board, the race leader, a massive gap for the 18 machine. Huey's still back in P2. Third spot there, side by side. Brent C. Evans down to the bottom side. Tyler J. Worley, the 66 machine, up to the third spot. Collins running up in the top 5. Joshua Tama, he's moved up one spot ever since the initial green flag has waved. Josh up there to P6, maybe even P5 now. Trevor Manling, that was the driver that got into the left rear quarter panel of Blake Murray. And now look at Murray trying to reel this driver in. Will this continue on? We'll have to wait and find out. But the 79 machine really inching him in lap by lap, and definitely down the back chute, gained quite a bit of time that time by. And he is there. He is all over the back bumper. What will Blake Murray do? Will he get his revenge, or will he put that in the rearview mirrors and just trying to get around him? Real quick, back on board. Back here, Robert Tuckle, Michael Blessing, those drivers go side by side. So we watch on board in anticipation to see if the drama will unfold and the yellow flag is going to wave once again. So now they're going to have to really get restacked and repacked with just 7 laps to go once we go back under green flag racing edition. But man, just a tough break as a yellow flag back out, I think for the 6th time now. So yeah, like I was saying, if I could implement one thing here in the dirt track world here on the iRacing platform, if I have to implement one thing, not fix one thing, just add something in, it would definitely be tire wear. I think races like this, a 50-lap race, a completely slicked off racetrack, a rubber down racetrack like we have here tonight at Williams Grove Speedway, you put tire wear on these machines, I think it would be an absolute blast. Who saves that right rear tire for the old 50-lapper? Or if you just run right through the slick and throw slide jobs lap after lap and just spin that right rear tire and cook it, you're not going to be very fast in the closing laps. So if we can all write an email to iRacing.com, say Whiskey Oval wants some tire wear, we'll see what happens. Haven't talked much about this 28 machine, though. He has moved up 10 spots. And then that number 28 car, number 18, there on his trading paints. But a very good run for Mark. Austin Good, he has moved up 5 spots in a 015. He's the only Austin. There was 3 Austins. He's the only Austin that has made it into the Mac Daddy show here tonight. So congratulations to Austin Good. Todd Hook back here in P13. He's moved up 3 spots. Night continues though. Everybody's sheet metal is beat up. It's all crinkled up. A lot of dirt on these pro dirt late model machines. But it all comes down to this, though. The question is, there's two different storylines right now. What will Huey do with Zach McSwain whenever he gets this restart? They are single file. Does he just throw a bomb down into turn number 1 and hope for the best? And then the second story is right here. Blake Murray running up in the third spot. Trevor Manley hits his quarter panel, spins him right around. We'll see if retaliation happens. Don't know if it will. Don't know if he said sorry. I'm just trying to build up the drama. That's my job. Back under green flag. Zach McSwain. The question was Huey going to throw the dive bomb? Not a chance. Zach got extremely good at restart. The second storyline is right here. They find themselves side by side down in turns 1 and 2. Blake Murray bottom side. Trevor Manley, he's going to slide it up next to the outside wall as high as he possibly can. I think Blake Murray's going to get around it. So there you go. Two storylines that did not come true whatsoever. But Josh Thomas, he has smashed the outside wall in that all-black number 27 car. He hasn't done it once. He's done it a couple of times. And now Murray is still trying to pick some drivers off as we work lap 46 of 50 now. Long race here at Williams Grove Speedway. Still on board, Brent C. Evans. Man, what a roller coaster night. There in heat race number 3, running there in the second spot. In the very last corner on the white flag, just gets absolutely demolished. He gets taken out of the race. Has to start in the very last spot of the C main, and he made his way all the way up to the A main show. And right now, he's in a podium spot as Josh Thomas now just smashed the wall once again around turns 3 and 4. Been dedicated there to the high side, though, but the race is on, all for the second spot. Evans down to the bottom side of Huey. Huey tries to ring that right rear tire next to the outside wall. Wind up the RPM side by side down in turns 1 and 2 once again. Zach McSwain just trying to set sail home. Nobody in front of him. The white flag and the flag is in hand one more time around Williams Grove Speedway. Battle's on for the second spot, and the battle's on back here for the fourth spot. These guys are all single filed out, 4 cars deep. But for a podium spot, here we go. Side by side down the back straightaway. Evans from the very last spot. Can he get up to P2? Out at turn 4. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Huey with the advantage. Second place, give that to the number 4 machine. Brent C. Evans, P3, and Zach McSwain coming home with an absolutely dominating performance here at Williams Grove Speedway as a fireworks shoot-off. Congratulations to all these drivers that made it in. Long race, 5 cautions, I believe, as they get set up for the good old-fashioned iRacing photo shoot. Tyler coming home in P4. Fireworks shoot off in the apex, turns 3 and 4. What a race that was. We'll jump into the Discord page, see if we can get an interview with the top 3 drivers. Here's the final results up there on your race screen now. Pick out your favorite driver, see where they land. Zach McSwain, Huey, and Bren, that's your top 3. Tyler 4th, Colin 5th, Trevor Manling, Blake Murray, Michael Blessing, Josh Thomas, Robert Tucker. That's going to be your top 10 here tonight. $50 laps was a scheduled distance, and that's what we ran. Long race, long straightaway. A very big track here at Williams Grove Speedway. The guy that's going to finish here in the 3rd spot is going to be Brent C. Evans. And Brent, man, what a roller coaster night for you.
Yeah, man. it kind of started off rough there in that heat race, but I just had to keep my head in the game, man, and try to get back to the front, make the main event. So it turned out in my favor, I guess.
Started in the very last spot of the C main, was able to make it up into the A main show, and then you was the hard charger of the night, unofficially the hard charger. Moved up 14 spots, man. What is the secret to get around this place?
Mainly here at Williams Grove, just keep your nose clean. I mean, corners are kind of tight, so a lot of guys running in too hard. So if you can stay clean, I mean, you can probably gain a lot of spots on that. And then once the track slicks off, it really comes down to driver skills then.
Well, man, it was a fun night. It was a long night of racing here, man. Definitely for you, my dude, getting wiped out there in that last corner with the white flag and making it up into a podium spot, man. A very good recovery by you in that 101 car. You got any shout outs that you'd like to give?
Yeah, big shout out to my team over at ZMR, Ryco Motorsports, CNC Racing Designs, Stockwell Radiator Service.
Very cool, man. We'll see you next week. Brent C. Evans coming home, and they're in that last and final podium spot, a drag race to the finish with Huey. And Huey, you was able to inch him out just a slight bit, man. But man, that track looked, that race looked really fun.
It was a good slick track. I like slick tracks like that. I struggle here. I don't know. I can't figure out the bottom, and bottom usually takes over toward the late race when it slicks off like that. And luckily, I was able to pull back around him, for a second, but it was still a good race. Congrats to Zach on the win. Congrats to him on the third. ZMR 1, 2, 3.
From lap 1 all the way to lap 50, how much did that high side change for you?
The top of 1 and 2 really didn't wear out like I thought it was going to. The top of 3 and 4 is pretty treacherous. Like entering it had a lot of tacky, but like center off it was pretty slick. You had to be really careful about how hard you entered because once you hit that slick, it's just wherever the car wants to go. You ain't really got any control over it after that. So I was just trying to ease into the center of the corner and hit the grip off.
Well, man, you had a absolute rocket ship of a machine. Just fell one spot short in this 50 lap race, man. But congratulations on a second place finish. You got any shout outs that you like to give?
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody at ZMR, Rocco, Team Midwest Paint, Big Al's Guns, um, Monsters of Dirt, you guys for broadcasting, Eddie for putting on the league, Mario for the pictures that he does for us. I
Very
believe
cool.
that's it.
Huey, we'll see you next week.
I appreciate it. See you.
Absolutely, the number 4 machine coming home there in that second spot. But the guy that absolutely dominated tonight is going to be Zach McSwain. And Zach, dude, you start on the outside of the front row, grab the lead. I think lap 2, and then man, you did not look back.
Yeah, car was pretty good. It's one of my favorite tracks. I really like running the bottom here, so yeah, I was just able to grab the lead there pretty quick and just pretty much hang on for the rest of the race, bring it
Yeah,
home.
looked like you was about the only driver running the bottom side really, really consistently. What's the difference from the bottom side to the high side here?
Well, the top's usually pretty quick. It was pretty fast there at the very beginning, but once the groove pushes up so far, the bottom's so much faster. If you can hit it, it's very hard to hit the bottom. You just gotta make sure your left side tires are down there in that little strip of tacky, and there's a big difference between hitting it and not hitting it. Just a couple tenths. So luckily we was pretty good down there, and was able to pull away from 'em.
A lot of caution flags, or I think there was 5 restarts here tonight. A lot of double file restarts. What was going through your mind, and was you thinking that someone was going to throw a monster slide job on you?
No, most of them guys behind me is on my team, so I knew they wouldn't do nothing too crazy like that. So yeah, I was every restart I was able to get a pretty good start and get a little bit of a gap, so there wasn't really nothing to worry about.
Very cool, man. Once I said once again, man, dominating performance, almost leading every lap, set the fastest lap time here at Williams Grove Speedway. So congratulations, man. You got any shots that you want to give?
Yeah, like thank Right Motorsports, Speed Connection, Lizard Lit Pit Lights, Big Al's Guns, Mario Perez for the photos, KMJ Graphics for this new paint. Thank Eddie for the league. Thank you for the broadcast. Shout out to Kim for watching, and hopefully we'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
Much appreciated. Zach McSwain, race winner here at Williams Grove Speedway. And man, that 25 machine, absolutely flying out there here tonight. There was the final results up there on your screen one last time. Apologies for the lag there for those 3 or 4 laps, whatever it was. That was completely my fault. Try to reset a program and then all the information, and then just lagged everything up. But we got it all figured out on the fly at that. So my apologies. Thank you all for tuning in here at Wisco_TV. Thursday Night Racing. Northwest Racing Association. Thanks to FMS Rapid Graphics once again. Featuring results. Till next time, everyone, take care, stay safe. It's Friday tomorrow, then it's a weekend, so enjoy your weekend. We'll be back Sunday night is my next broadcast with the Nodak Outlaw Sim League, the 410 Sprint Cars Series. If you guys like to watch that, please tune in either here on Facebook and or YouTube. I'll be back live with the Northwest, like I said, 9:30 Eastern. Here on Wisco_TV. Until then, everyone, take care, stay safe, and we'll talk to you guys soon.